Hello everyone, my name is Imperius and welcome back to Eviternity II. Today we're doing map number 17, which is called Perdita. Perdita? Something like that. So we're going to grab the guns, we're going to run forward, we're going to try and bait some Mancubus shots, and then we're going to get behind them. This worked a lot better on Ultraviolence, but still does kind of work on Annihilate Me. The plan is to basically use the Mancubi as meat shields to kill all the other stuff. And I'm trying to think, were there Violimps here on her Ultraviolence? I can't remember. But as you can see, tidying this up pretty nicely. This is a pretty tricky level. It's got some pretty decent like ambient difficulty throughout the actual level, and then it's got a tasty fight at the end. I'm over here for a secret backpack, and the next step is we're just going to try and kill everything. I mean, that's the plan with every level, really. But if we can get some infighting going, then that is extra good. Now we can come up these stairs. This will get us the double shotgun eventually. But you need to come up here anyway to activate the door for the next area. So we're going to kill some of these lost souls. Lower the lift, press the switch, back on the lift, and then quickly yeet out the window onto the double shotgun. Which, weirdly, I picked it up but did not tag the secret, so I will have to go back there and do that again, because that sector is a secret sector. I guess I wasn't actually on it when the lift started to go back up, maybe? But the timing works such that if you press the switch and then lower the lift and then get on the lift, by the time the lift goes up, you don't really have enough time to do the yeeting out the window. So pre-lower the lift first, and then press the switch to lower the double shotgun. And then this switch is the switch that you need to press to actually progress in the level. Quite a lot of nightmare demons here. They're fast, they green, and they mean. So, I do have to do this again because, like I said, didn't actually tag the secret sector. And there we go, tagged. So, we'll be coming back to this room a little bit later, but now that we've done that, we can go through into this little outside area, and we will shortly be flooding some areas, shall we say. It's not even a metaphor, it's like literal, we will actually be flooding it. But first we've got to clean up all this chaff, and then watch out for these guys in here. There's a zombie man. Pick up the extra armor, and then down the stairs into this next little area, which will be a set piece fight. And again, it's not free on this difficulty, right? It's pretty tricky. There's a lot of high tier enemies. I don't think either of those Arachnotrons are there on Ultraviolence. I certainly don't remember them being there. But then I did do most of my Ultraviolence playthrough incredibly drunk, so can I really be trusted? Now, rockets, rocket launcher, and a switch. So press the switch, and then this area will actually start to flood. As you can see, the water is now going out, and in the middle, enemies will start teleporting in. Aim for the right one first, because you will have revenants and an arch vial. That was pretty bad, but we did manage to kill the arch vial, so now we can just do laps, and hopefully we can win. But yeah, the strategy there is basically just to try and kill the revenants, but really you're waiting for that arch vial to come out from the right hand side with the revenants, and then you kill him and then you do circles. Again, I don't think that there was an arch vial there on Ultraviolence when I played this, so it does make it a bit more tricky. I think there were Arachnotrons. I can't remember if they were the the astral variant or not, but I'm pretty sure there's only one inside that building shooting out, whereas here there's like 4 of them. And obviously this space is like, it's decent size, but those pinky demons and nightmare demons will box you in if you're not careful. So, like I said, I think it's pretty tricky. Pretty tricky. Especially only with green armor and 100 health. And there is a deceptively large amount of enemies actually in this room as well. They all kind of get stuck around the corner to the right. But as you can see, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. I guess that's to try and punish you or deter you from just running straight in there as soon as the fight starts, the outside fight. But then you can't really do that anyway because there's 2 of those spectral, astral arachnotrons in the doorway. So obviously there's a doorway with things to the right, so don't get too close with the rocket launcher, because, you know, as soon as you fire, a pinky will come around the corner and you will shoot yourself. Yeah, just like that. Good. Now there are a couple of chain gunners down here that's worth pre-killing. Because we're going to go down there next. But for now, come up these stairs, push the switch, that will open the door into the next sort of section, and then we can go down and go in. I'm full on rockets, but I don't have many bullets. So in we come. There are 2 archviles in here, but it's not as tricky as it might look, despite that being pretty sloppy. Because there are these pillars. There is also a soul sphere you may have clocked, which you can pick up in an emergency if you need it. Although I think it's better to save it for after the fight so that we can get ourselves up to 200 health. Because we've got a slightly bigger fight coming very, very soon. So, we'll get there a little bit later on. For now, we're going to go up, we're going to get the red key, and then we're going to go back to the starting room that we were in. Although there is a secret behind this wall, it's pretty meaningless, but we should get it now. What's that, like a berserk pack, 2 cell packs. It's like, great, that's going to make a difference. It doesn't. But now we've got the red key, we can come back to the start and we can press the red button. Now this fight, pretty easy. Press the button, run into this corridor. That's it. That's the fight. You've just won the fight. Well done. I honestly think that they missed a trick by not having the door close or something, because just coming around this corner, I mean, you can go up the stairs as well. You can just make this so straightforward, especially with this amount of rockets. It kind of just, it feels like they might have missed something here, or if this maybe just overlooked it, because yeah, completely just knew it was the fight. Now, I say it like that because this is not the way I did this on Ultraviolence. On Ultraviolence, when I pressed that red switch, I actually stayed down the bottom there and camped. That is where the imps spawn, but you can keep the imps under control on Ultraviolence, so you don't really have to move. You can just stand there and rock everything from the end of the tunnel. Which is a strategy I'm in favour of, because it's a nice lazy man strategy. But it wasn't really working for me on Ultraviolence. I felt there was just too much. You got boxed in, and it wasn't very viable. So then I thought, well, actually, why am I even doing this in the first place when I can just run around the corner and trivialize the fight? And lo and behold, that is the strategy that you see for Annihilate Me. But we're done with that now, so we can go to this outside area. The Archvile is new for Annihilate Me, and I think maybe the volume of Pinky Demons, certainly the Nightmare Demons are. The Astral's not, though. I'm pretty sure they're there on Ultraviolence too. But it kind of plays out the same, just with a bit more intensity to it. Super chill music, by the way. Another example of a level that's actually quite insane. just has like this really cool, chill vibes. It certainly captures the sort of like medieval village kind of ambience that they're going for, I think. I mean, I don't think there's a single level in Eviternity II that has bad music. It's all really good. Some are good because they're chill, some are good because they're like just energizing. Like when that piano solo kicks in on map 32, you kind of just have to, it's just, words fail me. Now, do be careful out here, because there are lots of these little nooks and crannies where enemies sort of float in from, or fly down from, or they're up on a shelf like that. There's lots of cacos and flyers, and there's even a cyber demon on Annihilate Me. I said that rather unconvincingly, but I'm pretty sure he's going to come up very soon. Secret switch there, that gets us to the last secret, which we will save for the moment. Because it's a soul sphere and I'd quite like to have 200 health for the final fight. Although I could do that now. I'm very nearly pretty much almost a bit dead. But you already know, if you're watching this, I'm not gonna die. Why would I upload a death video to YouTube? It's not even close to April. Right, now I am being quite deliberate to try and not push too far forward until I've cleaned out all of these low tier enemies, the ads, because I am preparing to take on this cyber demon. And I checked the map there, put a pin in that, we'll come back to that. But for now, I momentarily forgot the cyber demon and woke him up. But here he is. We've actually set this up quite nicely though, because all of the low tier enemies are dead. I've decided I am going to grab the soul sphere now because I don't want to take too much splash damage. And I've got no armor. So we're going to have to double barrel this guy down. That's okay. The Revenant is really annoying me though. There we go. In the end, I didn't need to panic grab that soul sphere, but in the moment, it felt like I should. There's quite a bit of health and armor in the final area for the final fight, but it's one of those things where I feel like if you can maximize the resources going in, you just give yourself a slightly better advantage. The level itself, I'd say this is like maybe my third recorded attempt. Yeah, put a pin in that. We'll come back to that. Yeah, my third recorded attempt. I never really developed a strategy for the final fight. I kind of just obviously did my sort of off-camera once playthrough just to get a feel for how it would play, and then I kind of just sort of hand-waved it and was like, well, I could probably do this. And then went straight into recorded attempts, but it's it plays out very similarly to how it does on Ultraviolence, but it is a lot more difficult just because of the number and tier of enemies. Although the strategy, which I'll talk you through when we get to it, is basically the same. For now though, we've got a little bit more to do before we can get to that final fight, including this very generously populated Revenant room here. I always admire design choices that pack as many revenants into as small a square meterage as possible. It just brings me joy. Revenants per square meter, exactly. Now, I'm going to try and bring this Mancubus down the stairs a little bit, because there will be an Archvile spawning in a little bit later on, and I don't want him to get resurrected. We're about to trigger a fight here, but it's not too bad. So you're going to have 2 Barons teleporting in behind you, and then a whole bunch of Pinky Demons in front of you. My advice is to run away. And I'm kind of trying to camp on the Mancubus corpse here because I don't want it to get resurrected. And I was fortunate enough to not have that happen. That did happen on one of my runs on this, for sure. It was the reason I consciously decided to draw that Mancubus down. Now, strategy for this, very different from Ultraviolence. On Ultraviolence, I basically just stood where the blue key was and shot down into the Pinkies, but then there aren't Archviles on Ultraviolence, and so it's a lot more viable. But I mean, you can always sort of fall back on the classic Doom strategies of A, can you run around it in circles? B, can you run away from it? And option B worked quite well here. I don't think any of those Astrals are there on Ultraviolence. I think there is a Baron, and then there's a solitary Chain Gunner on this lift. Of course, there's 3 on Annihilate Me. So, we've reached the summit. It is now time to press the button and to go to the final fight. And before we do that, well, actually, fuck it. We'll just come in here. So I want to try and wake a load of stuff up. My advice is not to shoot inside the arena the first time you go in. You just go in, pop your head in, wake stuff up, then come back out. We're going to go back in a second time and shoot, because that will wake a whole bunch of stuff up, and then we can deal with it in waves rather than all together. These are just the ambient enemies before the fight starts, by the way. It's going to get more spicy as we go on. But coming back to the auto map and this area around here, I feel like I'm missing something. And maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But I feel like you should be able to get up onto the little cliffs around here. There is the way that the sectors are placed around the cliff just makes me think that there should be like rising stairs. Like, look at this. Why is it set like that? And you see it's round all of the rim there. It almost feels like that should raise, and there should be like a staircase to get up there. I don't think I've ever clipped up there to see if there's items, so I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of just a gut feel that there's an Easter egg up there that I'm missing. So I'm just having a little look around to see if there's any obvious switches or buttons, anything that might give you the edge. Because again, it just sort of sticks out as an area that I feel should or maybe is accessible. But I don't have the conviction for that, so let's go back instead. I mean, I'm going to get all the kills and all the secrets anyway, so if I can't get up there... I mean, I don't even know if you can get up there, but... It just the secret hunter in me makes me think there should be something. But yeah, going back to the actual final fight then, you would have seen then we dipped in, we fired a shot, we woke up a whole bunch more stuff, and now we are we're just mopping them up. Nothing's stopping you doing that in one go. You could just go in there, fire a shot, and kill everything. But you know, let's make it as easy for ourselves as we can. Because this final fight's not hard, and we've been no, this final fight is pretty hard, and we've been playing 20 minutes up to this point. So we don't want to choke. That's a tough cacodemon. Now, the final fight is really interesting. It's kind of beautiful. It is... So this arena, which you can't really see, I know, I'm not looking at it at the moment, but this whole arena is basically copy-pasted. There's like this version that you can see here, and then there's a hell version that we're going to travel to. And we've got to actually do the fight in both locations. And... What the fuck was that? Oh shit, that's a revenant. That scared the crap out of me. Okay. And, what was I saying? Oh yeah, we've got to do this, we've got to do this fight. So the Cyberdemon is fine, he's a static turret, he can't come out of there. But the switch behind him, when we press it, will actually flood the area. Yeah, remember that mechanic? Except it's going to flood it with blood. Now, given I've done this on Ultraviolence, and this is like my third attempt to Annihilate Me, I'm not going to stop to smell the roses, but if you're playing this yourself, especially for the first time, I do suggest you just take it all in, because it's very well put together. And the way that the environment transforms between Hell and this version is really cool. So now we're just waiting for the blood to slowly pool out. I'm checking all my health, my ammo. Gonna get the plasma gun, which we'll need. Get into 600 cells. And then we're gonna get a megasphere when we go through this teleporter. And you want to kind of start running. Dip in and get the megaspheres when you need them. Otherwise, just try and plasma push your way around. There is a little jump you can do there to maximise getting around in circles. But, I don't know, I don't have anything profound to tell you here. This is just running in circles and hoping you don't die, whilst the whole time holding down the left trick and going shit, 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 shit. Hoping you don't get boxed in. And as you can see, stuff has taken care of itself pretty quickly. The astral cacodemons are very deadly, the astral arachnotrons are very deadly, and the pain elementals are very annoying. You can come up onto this ledge and be relatively safe, but you can't really do that on Annihilate Me because there's just so much very deadly stuff. That's what I did on Ultraviolence. I kind of just went up onto that shelf where the door is and killed everything from there, but it doesn't really work on this difficulty. You also want to do this pretty quickly, or as quickly as you reasonably can. I mean, well, not even to be quick, just don't piss about too much. Because you need to get back through the teleporter before another Cyberdemon will teleport in the real world, the good world. And the reason you want to do that is because if he gets there before you get back, then there's a very real risk that when you teleport in, too slow, see, you will immediately get targeted. So that there is what not to do. I was a little bit too slow there. I've had it where I've come through that teleporter and just been blasted by a rocket. Now, for this next section, I mean, I would advise... I don't think you can camp. I wouldn't suggest a camping strategy because the tier of these enemies is really high and you'll get boxed in very quickly. As we kind of just did then. And I'm running out of resources here. So, starting to feel the pressure a little bit. I know there is one more megasphere I can go to get behind the building. So I'm trying to think how I can maneuver myself over there, which is why I stopped shooting. But you can see from the kill count, we're pretty much there. So I'm going to duck in here. I'm going to get this megasphere. Oh, there's no megasphere. Oh, that's the that must be the hell world. Maybe I already got it. Maybe that's ultraviolence. I don't know. Anyway, we have 100 health. So let's do it. Yikes! That was... what the hell was that? This is a very, very nervous moment. But there we go. All the kills, all the secrets. Pretty sloppy at the end there. I think I misjudged how many megaspheres were left. But it's a good fight. It's a good fight. I can't really deny it. And I didn't even show you the building that has the yellow key and how it's like not destroyed in this version, but is in the other version. Like it's very good. I would definitely recommend taking the time to appreciate it more thoroughly than what you saw there. But that is all the kills. That is all the secrets. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.